The Gemara in Masechta Moed tells us the story of Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and Rabbi Elazar. After Rabbi Shimon was visited by two great sages, Rabbi Yonasan ben Asmai and Rabbi Yehuda ben Gerim, he sent his son Rabbi Elazar after them to receive their bracha. He came to them and said that my father sent me to you to receive a bracha, and they proceeded to bless him as follows. May it be God's will that you should sow and not harvest, you should send forth but not bring in, you should bring in and not send forth. Your house should be destroyed and your inn should be inhabited, your table should be overturned, and you should not see a new year. When Rabbi Elazar heard these, he returned to his father dejected, saying, not only did they not bless me, but they cursed me and caused me terrible pain and suffering. After he told his father exactly what they said, Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai explained that kulu birchsen inhu, that these are all in fact blessings. And he went on to explain the bracha hidden within their words. That you will sow and not harvest means that you will give birth to children who will not pass away during your lifetime. When he said that you'll send forth but not bring in means your daughters will marry abroad and move to their in-laws' houses, but their husbands will not die, so that you should have to take them back into your own home. And conversely, you will bring in your own daughters-in-law who will marry your sons, and your sons will not pass away, that you have to send your daughters-in-law back. Your house being destroyed refers to the world to come, which is the permanent dwelling, whereas the inn, the temporary dwelling, refers to this world. Your inn should be inhabited was a blessing of long life in this world. Your table should be overturned means that you should have young children who will cause ruin and mess in your household, and should not live to see another year means that you will not have your wife pass away and have to remarry and subsequently celebrate a new Shana Rishona, a new year. Many of the Farshim discuss why did they disguise their brachas in such ways. The Alter Rebbe in a Maimer in Likutei Torah in this week's Parsha brings this, in fact the Tzemach Tzedek brings this Gemara to illustrate the quality of the Teicha in this week's Parsha. Parshas B'Chukoisai lists the Teicha, the terrible curses and punishments that would befall the Jewish people should they fail to observe the mitzvahs of the Torah. Verse after verse describes in horrible suffering, famine, plague, war, and disaster. However, we know that the Torah in its essence is God's wisdom. And just as God is the ultimate of goodness, so too the Torah is absolute goodness. Even those things which appear on the surface in the revealed dimension as being curses, being the opposite of blessing, but pnimius, in their innermost essence, they too are words of blessing, because the Torah is a Torah chesed, a Torah of kindness. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all of her ways of peace. But it takes someone like Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, who is known as the master of Pnimius HaTorah. Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, who is the author of the teachings of the Zohar, Pnimius HaTorah reveals to us that which lies beneath the surface. So when we read verses in the Torah which appear to be negative, which appear to be curses, but we need to dig deeper. And we dig deeper with the lens of Chassidus, of Pnimius HaTorah, which number one shows us God's absolute goodness and kindness, and then brings that down to reveal how in Torah, behind the veil, there are deep, deep blessings which are so lofty that they cannot come down in a revealed way, but need to come down in a disguised form. And many of the Svarim of Chassidus take great lengths to show how the curses of the Teicha are in fact great blessings. What is the lesson for us? In our lives, we experience two types of goodness. There's open, manifest, revealed goodness. That is when things are going well in our life, going well in our world. When the sun is shining on us and we're prosperous and successful. But Gashmius uveruchnius, those are the open blessings. But then there are times in our lives like the Teichacha, which on the surface level are challenges, difficulties, painful experiences that life throws towards us. But fortified with the study of Pnimius HaTorah, with the belief and absolute bitachon that Hashem is absolute goodness, and therefore everything that comes from His absolute goodness as well, then we can go and discover inside those curses in our lives, in fact, lie the greatest blessings. Blessings as opportunities for growth and development and goodness that we would not be able to reach and actualize. And this should give us the koyach, give us the strength to be able to stand strong through all of the difficulties in life. And then as the Alter Rebbe says in Tanya, that when we have the faith and bitachon and trust in Hashem, that everything He sends our way is good, then we will merit to have the revelation of that goodness. When the sun emerges in its full strength, in the era of Moshiach, when the true pnimius, the true essence of everything will be revealed, and the facade of negativity will disappear forever.